Hey, it's Mark D. Wiz. I'm still really hurting from the whole spine problem thing, and that's going to take a while yet to recover. But I'm also extremely bored, and I thought I'd do a little video that doesn't require me to hurt myself, which would be really nice. So I thought because Twitter, for whatever dumb reason, decided to make likes private for everyone, it would be nice if they could just let you turn it on if you wanted to. I thought it would be neat to just go through the likes because there's some things that I like that are cool, and it was really convenient that people could look at the likes, and now that they can't. So I pulled out kind of the greatest hits here from my I like a lot of things, so would be here for an hour if I went over everything, but I thought I'd just kind of go through the best ones here. So this is Alia from Mega Man X, if you're familiar. It's just a nice little kind of, I guess it's a chibi art style. I feel like there's a distinction between like full-on chibi and then just like this kind of style. I like this style. This is the style we pretty much messed with for Pocket Fighter EX, which is the previous little fan game that I was working on. That is discontinued thanks to Unity, but that is a topic for another video. So let's see. Oh yeah, so this one's pretty neat. If you didn't know, in Japan the Mega Man Game Boy games are called Mega Man World, and people have been making color versions of them lately, and not all of them are out yet. I think 1, 2, and 5 are done, and the other 2 are coming sometime this year, which is really cool. But this person decided to make, I guess, like a piece of mock. Oh, excuse me, hiccups. Decided to make a piece of mock artwork for like I guess a what if Game Boy Color. Yeah, you see it, box art. And I thought that was pretty cool. So, I guess this. Oh, there's 2 different ones. This, I think, is the American box art. Or the art that was on the cartridge, because that looks familiar. I actually have this game, even though it's not the greatest. You can play it, but it definitely feels off compared to the other ones. This must be the Japanese artwork, which I guess I prefer, but that's up to taste. So next. I'll keep doing the wrong one there. All right, the same person did Adventures of Mana DX box art, which I'm not sure, it might have been out for a while, that mod for the game to bring Final Fantasy Adventure, which is what they called it here, and they colorized it, which is really cool. And I haven't tried it yet. I assume it's good and all that. I probably will in the future, as it's one of my favorite Game Boy games. If you have been on my Twitter, you would know that because I just posted about that. And that's kind of what led me to find this. So I think that's really cool. And next. Yeah, this one. It's like using similar restrictions of the NES, they made they did like sort of process video where they changed NES Zelda 2 Link into a different kind of art style. And then I guess this is supposed to be the Shadow Link variant, which is really cool. I really like the way this looks. It's nice use of lighting and, with the shield and all that. I like that he's carrying the bow and all that stuff. It's always kind of ridiculous how much equipment Link has, right? This is a figure that you can, I don't know if this is a model kit. I think it's a model kit for the X3 armor, and he's using the Triad, Triad, Thunder Triad weapon, which is a pretty cool weapon in the game, and it looks pretty cool, so I like that one. I like Mega Man X3's art and like armor and all that. Oh, this was really cool, actually. I don't know if that's allowed or not. I hope it's not too bad. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Like, they use a 3D pen to make a wheezing, but I guess they put like an incense in it or something. I guess USB powered. they use like a 3D pen to like just like make it, which is just really cool. It's really cool what you can do with 3D printers and pens and stuff like that. This is great. I would love to have something like this. This is beautiful. I like the OG Pokemon, not so much the new stuff, but oh yeah, and this is footage from a game called Immortal, a game that I am involved in. So yes, of course I'd like it and share it with everybody. So they're using LDTK, which is a 2D map making program, I guess we'll call it. It's not necessarily, not by default, it doesn't have integration with Unreal Engine, which is what Immortal was built in. But our lead programmer there just did it. He's just like, oh yeah, here's the file format. We're just gonna use it and make our own importer, which is really cool. So they're using it not necessarily to build the game. So the game is going to be fully like 3D with 3D backgrounds and everything. But this is a great way to help us, one, prototype the levels, and then two, like as we're building the the movement systems and all this stuff, you can see like they're testing the parkour kind of movement here. That's basically what they're using it for, just kind of like to really help out with the development, because you can block out the levels and test a whole bunch of stuff with it. It's really cool. Oh, this is fan art of Terra from Mega Man 5 on Game Boy, or as we just discussed, Mega Man World 5 in Japan, and it's cool. Obviously, I like that game since I'm remaking it. So I thought this was cool, right? This is an old one. Alexi Reams? I don't know. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong. We followed each other for a while, but he does really good art with just kind of like this painted fantasy kind of look. And this was retweeted, because this was from 2022, and he retweeted, or somebody retweeted it recently. And I don't know if I've ever saw it before, but as you can see already, Twitter just kind of forgets what you like and don't like. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I did. Whatever. I'm liking it again. I guess I liked it for a third time because I'd already forgot that I liked it. It's cool. He's got good stuff. Check him out. Oh yeah. So Kuma versus Ryu by Yusuke Murata. Yusuke Murata, he drew Eyeshield 21. Obviously, that's probably the most notable thing. Currently, he's doing the One Punch Man manga and stuff, but he's done a lot of Street Fighter fan art and stuff, and he's even, back in the day, he submitted the designs for both Crystal Man and Dust Man from Mega Man 5 and 4, respectively. And it's insane because he's the only one that ever had 2 submissions actually taken. Everyone else has only gotten 1, which is, I don't know, he's legendary. Good guy, good art. So next, this is a big one. Yeah, speaking of Pocket Fighter earlier, the Pocket Fighter EX, I based it basically off of this Neo Geo game here. Neo Geo Pocket Color game. So the significance of what they're talking about in this tweet is not necessarily the game itself, but that because the Neo Geo Pocket Color, you can't really see it. There's only 2 buttons. There's A and B. Because I only had 2 buttons, you had to tap for a light attack and hold it button down for a heavy attack, which can be kind of fickle sometimes and a little bit annoying. So apparently you can just use Steam. If you have the Steam version of this, either in the collection or on its own, you can just set it up so that one button does the light tap and the other does the hold tap automatically, which is great. I tried it. I actually just tried it. Yeah, there's me, right? Like, what? Excuse me? So they went through the whole process here. I retweeted it, so if you go to my account, you can see it, and follow the instructions here. So you basically have to set, like, I guess it tells Steam to hold the button for a certain time and automatically release it. Whatever it is, you follow these instructions and it works. So, and if you can't read this, which I can't, all the menus are still in order. All the menu items are in order. So, like, this is just like start tap or something. But yeah, just count down in the menus and you'll get the right one. It's pretty straightforward. This is really cool. It makes the game a lot easier to accurately get the kind of attack that you want, and it's really fun. So I would recommend to try that if you have the game. Oh yeah, this is this person, whoever, Gabriel. I've seen a couple of the things that he's done throughout the last couple of weeks, where he's doing animations of the characters from SNK, and like actually like really redrawing like the sprite animations, but as like a hand drawn animation, and it's really cool. It looks really nice, and a lot of work goes into doing something like this. So that's really impressive, actually. Some fan art of Kyo. This is my favorite version of Kyo, with the white jacket and the black T-shirt. I just love that look. It's probably dated by now, but back in 2000, you know, that was the jam. That was the look. This one is really funny because I don't usually like too many things from like these big accounts that just take other people's stuff. But I found this one interesting because this is supposed to be the Messed Up Foods account, which is usually shares like really weird stuff about food. And I thought this one was cool though. Who would not want the Jello eggs with the whipped cream? Put a little Cool Whip in there. I thought that was cool. I want to try that. I actually want to make those because they sound neat. Oh yeah, the chicken one, the little chicks. This is, well, we had chickens before the flood, so for me, I like chickens. I think they're pretty cool. I never encountered a chicken when I lived in New York. We came down here, and Amber, her family had chickens, so just kind of, they're half wild. They just kind of live in the hill nearby, and then they come over because we feed them. But yeah, this is what the little baby chickens basically do. They just peck at stuff. They're very curious. I just thought it was neat, and it reminded me of before the flood. So, okay, the second set of stuff we got here: some Street Fighter fan art, Street Fighter 6 stuff, which is really nice. Oh, the chicken's still here on the. Oh, there we go. The chicken video was still from the previous tab. So yeah, all the Street Fighter 6 characters, the new characters, just a funny little thing. I liked it. I think it looks cool. I like the coloring too. I like soft colors, I guess. Oh yeah, this game. Yeah, this game's cool. I've been following this lately. They've got. I did not know that this game had a tank, which is really cool, and it can like climb up on the walls and stuff. So it's not out yet. You know, they're still working on it, and I don't know, I've been following it recently within the last few weeks, which I just kind of discovered it. But man, this is my jam. Transforming fighter planes and being able to dodge roll, and the tank looks great, looks really mobile. A lot of games tanks are really crappy. They don't work very well. Very cool stuff. So I'm following that for sure. Yeah, to hear it was got a tank too. I didn't even know. Yeah. This is funny. All right, this was funny. Zelda fans wanting the old formula back only after 2 games. So some people are they've got fatigue on the Breath of the Wild format, and then the meme is that I think I missed Skyward Sword, and this person dreaming. Says, I miss old Zelda 2, but I will never miss Skyward Sword. Oh yeah, here's me chiming in, which nobody asked, but here I am. Yeah, absolutely. I will never miss Skyward Sword. It's probably my least favorite. I just could not put myself through that game. It's not my jam. Way too handholdy, way too linear, way too just... The principle of just let me play the damn game. All right, I don't want a 3-hour town tutorial on what to do. Just let me do it like Breath of the Wild. Just get me in there. Let me move around. Let me explore. Tell me the story later. I want to move around and do things immediately. So yeah, absolutely hard to agree there. Oh, this was funny. So there's been a bit of discussion about Morgan and her baggy eyes, which it's easy to kind of forget about that because it's not always shown in all the instances of art that she's got. But her original design for the first few games, she had intentionally baggy eyes, and there is artist notes about the bagginess and all that. So it definitely was intentional, and I think it's really cool that like people are like really noticing, because I think it does add a lot to the look of her. And I think the original artist notes was that it was done for gothic reasons, because they associated like dark eyeliner and stuff like that with gothic stuff. But this is really cool fan art about her being tired all the time, which is, yeah, very true. I am too. Oh, this was interesting. It was about, instead of putting solar panels in like fields of like agriculture and stuff, why not put them in a why not put them in a parking lot? And I think this makes a lot of sense for two reasons. That's why I liked it. One, obviously, it's space that is not being used for anything else. But the other thing is, look, you can get shade for the cars. Like normally there's nothing out there protecting your car from the hot sun. You can get shade from it. Look at that. And it also generates electricity. Very smart. I guess the only thing would be like, how would you get rid of the snow in the winter? Or would it pile up in the wrong place or something? But I don't know. I still think it's cool. I think they should do stuff like that. Oh yeah, these were cool. These were cool. These were very funny. This is like because Capcom, I don't know if it's still going right now, but Capcom had a contest where people were submitting art for the here comes a new challenger kind of thing. And I don't know what the prize is. It maybe get your art in the game or whatever. But this was really funny. These were, I don't know if these were being submitted specifically for that, because it's a Street Fighter 6 new Challenger art contest. So maybe. I hope they win, because these are really funny. But it's just like they're so caught off guard. It's really funny. I like that. Oh, yeah. I have no idea how to pronounce the name, but they make really, really nice art. I've been following them for a little bit. And so this is Master Asia's Gundam from G Gundam, which is really, really cool. I like G Gundam, and I like it unironically. I think it's actually a pretty interesting series. And I understand if you're a normal Gundam fan, I guess, if you want to call it that, I can see where it's not exactly what you probably want out of a Gundam series. But for me, I like fighting game stuff, so it kind of meshed with that, and it's really cool. So I like that one. All right, and hiccups out of the way. This, I assume that they're official, maybe, or repainted or something. They've set up Nightmare Zero versus Falcon Armor X. Excuse me, more hiccups, awful. But I'm not doing a retake, not this far in. But a little water might help. This is very cool. I love Falcon Armor. And obviously I love Zero, so I thought this was really cool. I don't know, some of this is like, if this comes with the figures, or if they painted it in a way, or added these little things. This is really cool. I like that kind of stuff. Little political joke here. Beavis and Butthead, big fan of Beavis and Butthead. So this was pretty on point as far as things are concerned right now. Very funny. And I love that kind of stuff. Oh yeah. The whole discussion about Nintendo being like, yeah, we're gonna kind of scale down our games a little bit, maybe do something like a AA. I don't know if that's paraphrasing by the person who reported on it, but yeah, finally shorter games with worse graphics made by people who are paid more to work less. Absolutely agreed. I think Nintendo's killing it right now. Their games are, they're not for the latest and greatest hardware, so they don't need to spend as much money for the high fidelity graphics, even though they still look great, because Nintendo's good at art direction, and that makes up for a lot. But yeah, Nintendo has strategies to shorten the game development. Yeah, because it's taken like 6 to 7 years to make a game, which I hope you all kind of noticed about the whole Metroid Prime 4 thing. I was talking about that last week or the week before, and everybody's like, oh my god, it took so long to make it. I'm like, no, this is normal. What you are seeing for probably the first time, if you're not involved in development, is that when they announced, hey, we're going to take this game, we scrapped it, we're going to give it to a new developer, and they're going to handle it. When they announced that, that was day one of them starting the project over, essentially. And you lived through in real time from the conceptual stage of, yeah, we're going to do this, to here, we're actually showing it off finally after like so many years. That's not abnormal. That is just how it goes. The reason it doesn't feel that way is because they don't usually announce the games until they're pretty far along in development. Usually. I mean, sometimes, like, especially indies, can get it on the ground floor stuff sometimes, but especially like bigger games, they do not show you that stuff right away. So you only see, it was like 2 years out. Oh, I guess it only took 2 years to make the game. It's like, no, it took like 5 or 6 years. You just didn't see those first 3 or 4 years. But with Metroid Prime 4, because they had to announce that they were shifting it to a new developer and kind of explain away the reason why it's going to take so long, you for once got that first bit there where they're just like, okay, yeah, we're in the planning stages and we just started. And now it's going to take like 5 years from there. So just keep that in mind, because that's what all these games go through. It's just that you don't know it because they don't talk about it until it's already been in development for a few years. So I thought that was, I think that's important. So that's why I wanted to add that in there with this tweet. So, this is old man bait. All right, this is retro bait, nostalgia bait. Who remembers KB Toys? I do. As I grab my cane and sip my coffee in the morning. I don't know. I guess a lot of people like coffee. Back when I was young, coffee was seen as more of an adult thing, but I think it's become more common to see younger people drinking it, at least, which, I don't know, in moderation is fine, I guess. Don't go too crazy with it. But yeah, KB Toys stores, they were all over where I grew up in New York, and they were cool. They were kind of like a little mini Toys R Us kind of thing. You know, if you couldn't make it to Toys R Us all the time, which definitely we couldn't, usually you had a KB's that was closer. And they had video games, they had toys, they had all stuff. It was pretty cool. I think they're out of business now, which is a shame, but I remember them fondly. Yes, this, man, do I struggle with this. You should have accomplished more at this age, and from Futurama. I don't know if this is a real Futurama clip. It doesn't look like it. The text looks a bit cleaner than the rest, but the message is clear, and man, do I feel this a lot of the times, especially with all the catastrophic life events like the flood and getting hurt and all that kind of stuff. I always feel perpetually behind, like I'm never living up to where I should be, and it's hard to shake that feeling. And I know there's this, message of encouragement, I didn't get into games until 30. So, I mean, logically, you have to kind of say, okay, well, look, people that have been here, when they were 20, they got 10 years of experience on me. So, of course, I'm not going to feel like I'm measuring up to that and stuff. But it's really hard to separate that. I've not really been working in games in a full-time capacity, all my life. Excuse me. It's been kind of like on and off, and a lot of it's been part-time or no time in some cases. And so, yeah, I'm definitely behind the curve of other people who have been working on it full-time, the entire time that they've, been in it. But I don't know. It's hard not to feel bad about that sometimes. But it is what it is. Maybe one day I'll smarten up, right? Oh, yeah, this one, the Pelican. I don't know, it's probably copyright or Reno. I don't want to get hit. We'll turn that audio off. I would have never, I don't know if this man raised this pelican or what. I would have never expected a pelican to be that friendly, but it's really funny that the bird actually jumps up and gets a hug, and he seems content with it. Like, he's not freaking out or anything, but I think it's like legitimate, and he's petting him. I just think that's cool. I think that's really nice. Oh, yeah. Speaking of nostalgia bait. Oh, man. Okay, so this If you weren't around back in the day, you don't recognize this. This is the art style of the Super Mario Brothers Super Show from the American Mario cartoon, where they also had the live action segments and stuff in between. Man, oh man, maybe it's nostalgia, maybe it's just legitimately really good looking. I think this looks incredible. So they took the Paper Mario Thousand Year Door stuff and put it in the art style of the old cartoon. I love it. I love the voice actors from that show. I think Koopa, well, they called him Koopa back then before they called him Bowser. I think they did a phenomenal job. It was funny. The episode plots were usually pretty terrible, but if they had stuck more to like the I guess stuff that was closer to the actual game, I think it would have been absolutely phenomenal. But I love the art style. I love the art direction. It's really fun. It's really great. Maybe that's the old man in me, but hey, it is what it is. Oh yeah, Chippy Morgan. Yeah. I like this art style a lot because it actually is a lot like the official art for SNK versus Capcom Match of the Millennium. That was that Neo Geo Pocket Color game that I talked about earlier, and that was really fun. I really like the art for it, and it's reminiscent of that. So I kind of like those proportions, and I think it's neat. And Morgan was in that game, so it is fitting. But yes, that's nice. Oh yeah. I guess the name is the game is Protostar. I talked to this guy on and off. He had a lot of game dev questions at the time, and there's music. Okay. He's showing off the menu for the game, like the pause menu, and like all the little options and stuff. I love this UI. I think this looks great. It gives me that big like 3DS kind of vibe, where the pixel art is sharp and readable and clear, and it's just got that nice modern look to it. It's great. I love it. So yeah, I retweeted that one and liked it because I liked it. Oh yeah, and it says pretty much that much down here. Oh yeah. This is this guy helped on the excuse me. Again. The colorization for some Game Boy games in the Game Boy Color. But I followed him. He does a lot of Mega Man stuff, which is really cool. So he did kind of like a what if X1 was made for the PlayStation. And this is like the Maverick Hunter X Vial mode stuff, which is really good. I think it looks really nice. I really like the way he rendered the characters. I feel like it's a little bit I guess off spec for the way that the PlayStation characters look, but I actually kind of like the way this looks better. In my opinion, that's really nice. And so yeah, that one's really cool. Oh yeah, this one. I actually have a story about this one. It's a very funny joke about the N64 and back in the day how things used to be. And I replied with it here, but essentially, when I was young, and your parents ask, what do little Marky, what do you want for Christmas or whatever, and I'll just be like, the N64. I want the N64. I got in the Super Nintendo kind of late actually in its life cycle. But then the N64 is coming out, and I'm like, I want it so bad. I don't want to wait. When the Super Nintendo came out, everybody had Super Nintendo, and I could only play it when I went over to a friend's house or whatever. Man, it killed me. I kept asking. I want a Super Nintendo. Well, I finally got it, and I love the Super Nintendo. I still love the Super Nintendo. But man, when the N64 is coming out, I'm like, man, I want it. I don't want to have to wait. I want it. Everybody else is gonna have it. So the parents sat me down and kind of talked to me. They're like, look, so the N64 is kind of expensive, all right? So like if we get you, and they did not expect me to agree to this. I could tell by the reaction on their faces. And they're like, look, we're really sorry, but if we get you this is literally the only thing you can get. You can get that in a game, and that's it. That will be your entire Christmas. And I was like, hell yeah, just do it. I probably didn't say that as a kid, but I was like, oh yeah, that's fine, great, that's great. I didn't want Mario 64, man. Who doesn't want Mario 64? So that's what they did. They got me the N64, and I got Mario 64, and that was it. And I was the happiest kid on the planet. So they were very weirded out by the fact that I was just like, yeah, that's fine. I don't care about anything else. Just give me that one thing. And I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, that's my N64 Christmas story. And boy, do I still love Mario 64. Oh yeah, these fan art of Morgan and Lilith was actually really cool. I guess it's like Office and I don't know if that's like Barista Lilith and Office Morgan. I thought that was neat. I think those are nice little outfits. So I liked it. Oh yeah, Child Link from Ocarina of Time, or at least I assume. That looks like the Kokiri sword and all that. And maybe he had that in Majora's Mask, which shocking all, big N64 fan, but you never played Majora's Mask? That's right, I did not. The whole idea of putting a time limit on a Zelda game was really off-putting, so I've never played that one. I think it's cool from a narrative perspective. I think all the stuff they did with it in narratively was really nice, the darker tone and sort of the story sort of being based on like stages of grief and stuff. I think that was really great. And there's a good development story behind it. You probably find some good videos on YouTube about it, but they were really given a once in a lifetime opportunity to just kind of do whatever they wanted, and oh man, did they take it. Excuse me. I feel like the time limit is the only thing that really bugs me about it. I just hate the feeling of being rushed when I'm trying to explore. And for me, Zelda's biggest strength, the thing that I'm really drawn to it is the exploration and the going at your own pace kind of thing, which is really nice. And well, hey, it was experimental and they did something different, and I can't fault them for that. It's just not my jam, I guess. But yeah, anyway, good fan art. And yeah, this spinning skeleton, this is just funny. I don't know. This was just hilarious. I have no idea what this is. I don't know if it's a toy or whatever, but I'm sure the music's copyrighted, so we're gonna have to mute it. But it's just so funny. I don't know. I love it. It's just he's gone. It's hilarious. I have no idea what it is, a toy or decoration. It's very funny though. Oh yeah, some this is cool art of Zero from the X series. I just love the dynamic feel of it, honestly. Just him jumping in with the sword ready and all that. Just really cool. I like art that has high energy in it, so I'm kind of on the lookout for some like good Mega Man fan art. I haven't really encountered much, so I don't know if you know any. I guess mention some, but this one's good. I like this one. I like ones with lots of energy in it. Oh yeah, I don't know if this is a misspelling. Marvel versus Capcom instead of Capcom. I don't know. Maybe it's a joke that I don't get, but I just thought the art was really cool. They've got Psylocke and Chun-Li there, and I like Psylocke and Chun-Li, so I like this piece of art. And then a couple other characters around. I just thought it was really neat. With the whole Marvel vs. Capcom collection being announced and so on. Oh, and it's time for the next window. Okay, and we've got more fan art here. We've got a Chun-Li fan art, which Chun-Li is one of my favorite characters, again, so very cool. I do like that. I think the style is really neat. So, yeah, I liked it. I think this is official artwork of Trigun. Trigun's really good. I really, really, really dig Trigun. Not so much the weird CGI remake, but I do really like the original. The anime was kind of cut short. It didn't follow the whole story. That was because the manga had ended because the magazine that was in got canceled, like they went bankrupt or something. And then in the meantime, the manga had to stop because of the the magazine getting canceled, and they started the anime because I think the author said something like I guess at that point weren't sure if they could even continue it. So they're like, whatever, make the anime, that's fine. They kind of gave them the cliff notes of what the rest of the series was supposed to be like. And then they were able to publish more of the manga, and they went back and they redid stuff that the anime did, based on what looked like his original plans. There's a lot of similarities between them. So, it was very clear that he told the anime staff, hey, here's kind of what I was thinking, and so on. But it's so much more expanded and detailed in the manga. And it takes a much darker tone, not just like story-wise, it's roughly the same, but the artwork is very interesting. So that's Trigun Maximum, which was the continuation of the manga. And if you can read that, I would absolutely, if you can find it, I would absolutely recommend it. It's very good. Oh, yeah. The little, I don't know what he is. The little parrot, some kind of parrot, but he just looks so into this, so aggressively attacking this marble. It's just so funny. I don't know. I thought this was really funny, so I liked it. Look at him. He's just, I don't know if he hates the marble or what. He's going at it. This is funny. Very funny. I like birds, so. Yeah, also I liked it. Oh yeah. This is a cockatiel. He's trying so hard. Bless him. He's trying to sing the Lost Woods song from Ocarina of Time. I like cockatiels. I don't know. I like whistling, so maybe that's why I like them, because they're also whistling. But he's trying so hard. I'm proud of him. Little buddy's singing the song. Oh yeah, so these are just screenshots from Mega Man 7, but I thought it's worth bringing up because not everybody knows that Mega Man 7 was made in 3 months, which is both impressive but also horrifying. From what I understand, the level of crunch to make Mega Man 7 was insane, and it drove a lot of employees to leave Capcom at the time. But I also think that it's impressive that the game came out so great. It is legitimately one of the best classic series games, like, period. And I just don't know how they did it in 3 months with that level of quality. I really don't. So I don't know. I guess I kind of just wanted to mention that because not everybody knows about that, how little it was made. I didn't believe it when I first heard it, but sure enough, it was mentioned in one of the art books by the staff. So, man, 3 months. Hey, more Zero artwork. This one reminds me of the GameCube and PlayStation 2 Mega Man X RPG. Just the style of it, I guess. That was Command Mission, Mega Man X Command Mission. It just makes me think of that. I don't know if that's actually what it's about. It doesn't seem to mention anything about it there. But it looks reminiscent of that, and I'm a big fan of that art from that game, so I liked it. Looks cool. Oh, yeah. This Mega Man X fan game, I just thought it was pretty neat. They're like doing their own little animations with it. And I don't know, I just think it looks kind of neat. I like the way the saber slashes look. They're very fast, very snappy, and you can charge it and stuff. I think that's really cool. I think some of the Mega Man X games kind of lack that fluidity and that snappiness, and I think that's a shame. So I like to see when fan games are getting it right, at least in my opinion. I think the snappy fast attacks from Zero are really what helps make him an enjoyable playable character. So I thought this was neat, so I liked it. Oh yes. Oh god. I will never. I swear to God. I selected this one to show because I need to yell about this. I will never in my life forgive Xbox for doing this. I swear to God. And you might think it's like overblown, but look at this. The A and B switch places, and then the X and the Y switch places. I was brought up on Nintendo, all right? So when I got an Xbox 360, they'd be like, oh, press A, I'd press B instead. Oh, press X, I'd press I'd press Y instead. I still can't. And it's gotten so bad because the Xbox 360 was a great console, and I had one. I loved it. I still think it was better than the PS3, at least for in terms of like its construction, its specs, and the quality of the games were much higher on the Xbox 360, especially during the first half of that generation. So I loved the 360. And so I kept playing with the 360. I love the 360 controller. I think the controller is great. It's ergonomic. It's really good for 3D games. The analog sticks are great. But then what started to happen was even if I went back to play a Nintendo game, I still don't know where the buttons are anymore. So if I play in an Xbox controller, no idea. I'll still press B instead of A, and vice versa. And now on a Nintendo controller, I'll still press B instead of A, and vice versa. And so I will never, ever in my life forgive Xbox for doing this to us. It's not bad on these other ones, right? So, like, these were still in relatively the same positions. You had the two main buttons, the B and the A, were still B and A in the same orientation on the GameCube. And then the Y and the X were still the same orientation here up on the top. So you had the top set and the bottom set, essentially. They really didn't move that much. So there's no confusion here. It's fine. It just works. And with the PlayStation, like, they're completely different symbols. So, like, X doesn't mean the same thing. It's pretty easy to not get screwed up by that. You've got square, triangle, circle, and cross, as they call it. So there's no problem with these. It's really only the Xbox that really screws you up because they're using the exact same labels. They just changed all the positions. And again, never forgive it. Never forgive them. I will be mad to my dying day. Chun-Li art. Chun-Li fan art. Good stuff. I love Chun-Li, as I said. I also really like this color. This is from Third Strike. Very, very big fan of Third Strike and this color in particular. And Chun-Li. So I liked it. Yeah, the Ryu eras. I thought this was neat because it really does show the progression very cleanly. So, Ryu is really unsure of himself. He's new, and he kind of got cocky, but he got a reality check, and now he's really unsure of himself. And then he's really trying super hard in the Street Fighter 3 era, trying to improve himself, trying to get where he wants to be. And then in Street Fighter 6, he's happy with himself. Maybe he's not exactly where he wants to be. Maybe he'll never feel like where he wants to be, but he's happy with himself. He's happy with where he's come. And I think that's great. That's great character development. So I like that. Oh, I sent this one to Tim, and he got so defensive. So if you're more new to the channel, Tim he's a friend of mine, and we do a lot of game dev stuff together. So a lot of stuff with the Mega Man, Rulers of Space. He was involved with that very heavily, actually. The Mansion game that we're trying to make. He's very heavily involved in that. A little bit in Pocket Fighter EX. He likes it, but he's not too into the design part of the fighting game stuff. But he did some of the pixel art and helped out, where he could, and he thought it was cool, and he was kind of waiting to eventually see if we could get Cammy in there, because that's his main, right? Then I guess he'd get real interested. But he's very dead set about calling it Rockman instead of Mega Man. So I sent this to him. I thought it was very funny, so. He got defensive about it. It was very funny. But he actually did talk a little bit about this Optimus and Convoy thing, the original meme here. And there's actually an interesting story behind that. I'll paraphrase it because I'm not really well-versed on Transformers stuff. But I guess the name Convoy for Optimus Prime was the original toy that they created. And the toys were made before the show was made. And so when they made the show, they called him Optimus Prime. And so that's where so I don't think this one actually works too well as a joke, but the Mega Man Rockman one, absolutely, very, 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 very funny. So I do not regret sending it to him. It was very funny. Drawing Elena until she's playable in Street Fighter 6. This was funny. I liked it. So we got Kim and Maki and Elena and Guy. And so obviously it's Street Fighter. It's about the Bushin Ryu ninja style. It's very funny. I just thought it was a neat, funny little piece of fan art. So A minus. She's grading them. Oh yeah, the now again, I don't know if someone just made this or if this is an official thing that you can buy. But well, I mean, multiple things. Number one, you know I like X3. I was just talking about that. I love the gold armor from X3. It looks really cool, and they've got the like the alternate capsules. So X3 had the main capsules with the armor parts, but then it had the alternate capsules that had the equipment chips that you could install into it. And then the gold armor was having all 4 equipment chips installed at once. It was like a secret, like the Ultimate Armor was in X4 and all that. It was a secret thing that you could unlock, or like the Hadoken in X1. It was basically that special unlockable. But this looks great. I don't know if someone just made this or if you can buy this somewhere. I'm certain that's like $1 bazillion if you can buy it somewhere. But this looks fantastic. I would love to have something like this. And the transparent Dr. Light is too cool. It's just way too cool. Oh no! Yeah, okay. This looks funny. All right. So these guys are trying to make. They're trying to make a Mega Man X statue, and it's so bad. It's so bad, and the worst part about it is this thing is hundreds of dollars. You know, you think of like, okay, whatever, it's like $40, that'd be fine. This thing is hundreds of dollars, expensive as all get out. But apparently they've canceled it because everybody just took a big dump on it on Twitter. Where was it? Did they say what the price was? It was $600. Look at this. $600. Oh, it broke. I can't. Can I get out of it? Uh-oh. It froze. Is it loading? Are we back? We're back. Okay. All right. I guess I got too many tabs open and it just froze. This thing is $600. We found out scrolling through $600. Oh, and it froze again. Maybe? No, it's back. It's back. We're good. $600 for this ugly, awful thing. I can't. I just can't. Can you? I can't. It's incredible. Oh yeah, more Street Fighter 6 art. So this is another one of Kim, it's really funny because she's a very cheerful person. So I love the little stars in her eyes and the smile. It's really funny. It's good. I like the lighting too. The green highlight. Very cool. Oh yeah, more Mega Man X fan art. So, oh, and here, yeah, it's in X4 you can get 2 different arm parts, and one of them's black and one of them's white. I like the white one better just because it goes with the rest of the art, or the rest of the armor color better. But I love this. I think this is a really good piece. It's got, General, it's got Colonel over on the side, I think. Or is that just Cyrus? I thought Colonel was in the corner here. Well, all right, I guess Colonel's not as important. But it's got Double, it's got Sigma, Iris, but yeah, X and Zero, good. I like the armor from X4. I think it's cool. I really like X4. It's one of my favorites. So yeah, really cool fan art. Oh yeah, so earlier we saw a BJNA idle, or not idle animation, but a walking animation. But the same person is also doing some stuff for Mai, which is really good. And again, this is really impressive. Taking those moves and hand drawing them are actually really nice. So I think that's cool. Okay, and so we made our way all the way around. So that was a week's worth of likes. The greatest hits of my likes from my account here. So, everybody else is on private, but I'm sure not. You can see, well, you can see what I show you, I guess, until they change it. And I have a feeling one day they're going to change likes back to public, or at least give the option, and it'll be very funny when that happens. because then everybody's going to start immediately looking at everybody's likes to see what were you liking when everything was private. I think it'd be very funny. But, you know, that is what it is. Anyway, I have to go back to resting, and it's still going to be a while before I'm healed. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe we can do this next week, too. Do a weekend review of Twitter likes, something, anything. I'm dying here. I got to do something, right? But, you know, good news, I'm catching up on a lot of anime and shows and stuff. So I guess that's always good. Kind of get me refreshed and hungry to come back. So I guess that's pretty much it. I guess I'll see you guys some other day. Have a good one and see you later.